4 teams, 5 perspectives, 1 division, 1 war room. Welcome to West War Room Rivals, your home for everything AFC West. From breaking news and game day analysis to heated debates, bold predictions, and unforgettable guests. This is West War Room Rivals, where rivals collide. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to West War Room Rivals, your home for all things AFC West. What is going on? I'm with my comrades, Cory and Austin Shovik up top, Ethan down below. We have got our AFC West draft for you guys tonight, along with some League Recon preseason awards. So, fellas, you guys were on live last night with Joe Madden. How was that?
She was a blast. I had a good time. I'm not much of a bettor, so it was actually kind of nice getting a little bit of knowledge in that world, because I usually just do daily fantasy, which I don't know, it's luck of the draw at that point. So I don't know. She was fun, had some good knowledge, and look forward to having her on again at some point, seeing how right or wrong she was with some of her AFC West stuff.
Yeah,
she was completely right about all the Broncos stuff. Just to throw that out there.
She had a video that we posted earlier today where she predicted the Broncos repeating. But Ethan, I think if I heard correctly, she's a fellow Charger fan. Is that right?
She is.
Okay.
She is a Chargers fan, but what Chargers fan picks the Broncos to win a division? So
smart one.
Not everyone's just a full-fledged homer, though. Like
sometimes you got to be. It's the only thing that brings you joy.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, well, it's funny too because I was watching a little bit of it, and some of the things that she was talking about was that she does blame what is it? Your guys' Brandon Staley for the overtime loss that knocked you guys out of the playoffs, and which again you did a whole video about how that's a myth. So
I know it's really funny that keeps coming up, and that's why I'm like, I feel like I just need to keep talking about it because I feel like I'm like alone in a room of somebody who believes it, but there is no evidence. Like the worst is like maybe I'll redo the video because I hadn't watched it in a long time when I made it. But when Staley calls the timeout, there's an uncovered receiver on the bottom right side. Like there's just straight up a wide open guy.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter now. It was however many seasons ago. I still love the fact that my Raiders knocked you guys out of the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I love to hear that it's one of the things that's brought up, and then you're always there to defend it. Like you guys, it doesn't matter. So
yeah,
it's always a fun part of it.
It always comes up. It's like so in like the Chargers mythos of like out of all the losses, I don't get why that's the one everyone points to. Of like there is so many worse Chargers losses than that.
Okay. All right, guys. So let's thank some sponsors and let's get on with the draft because it is a longer one. So we have Field Ops, of course. Troy, fellow Raider fan, shout out to you for being day one. And then Emporia State Federal Credit Union. They actually just posted a ton of stuff on their Instagram about back to school. So it was really great to see Angie and her team being out in the community. So shout out to Emporia State Federal Credit Union and Jeff, of course, with JBW Solutions. Shout out to Jeff El Jefe for being all that he can for us and being supporter of the War Room. Also we heard from Matt earlier today, so he's doing well. He wants to send you guys some love and that he hasn't forgotten about us and we haven't forgotten about him. So Matt, shout out to you, buddy. So hope you're staying safe and can't wait for you to come home.
And don't forget, most of the graphics that you guys are seeing early morning hours on our Facebook, Instagram, those are Matt still creating stuff. So that's still him showing you guys that he's still doing stuff, even though he's not here with us. So we can't thank him enough for doing, the graphics, those early morning graphics. We know that, they're gaining traffic. Everyone's seeing them. He's done a really good job with some of those little series that he's been doing as far as that goes. So he's still definitely here with us on the show, even though he can't be on camera with us quite yet. But we're getting hopeful that it's getting closer and closer to that happening very, very soon. And we can't wait to surprise you guys with that.
Yep. Fingers crossed for that. All right, guys, I think it's time to dive into the AFC West draft. So, Ethan, this is kind of your brainchild, so I'd love for you to introduce it, and let's get it rolling.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, during today's episode, if you see me looking at anything, those in the watching or those here, the Chargers are currently playing in the second half of their preseason game, so I will also be watching. Luke and I will be doing an Aftershock episode about it, so if you want to know my thoughts, also feel free to leave them in the comments. But while we're doing that, the four of us, and this is an idea I've had for a while, are going to throw all the players in the AFC West into a draft pool. And so we are going to be drafting the best possible team that we can with all of the positions that we need. So we are going to have a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, every offensive lineman, 2 edges, 2 deep tackles, 2 linebackers, 2 corners, 2 safeties, and then like a hybrid secondary linebacker, 3rd edge rusher spot. And so today, we're only going to do the first 11 picks. Come back next week if you want to see the last 11 picks. So we have 22 spots that we are going to be doing. Now, draft order was preset. Cody will get to go first, which means...
Because the Raiders suck.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
For him, I guess now he gets a quarterback, so he gets to see what good quarterback.
Hey.
This is probably the only time the Raiders are going to get their guys. So I think without further ado, if I have the number 1 pick, and again, to repeat what the Raiders did for a quarterback, I think what better way to kick off the AFC West than to draft a quarterback. So I will pick the man himself in our division, Patrick Mahomes, and I'd love to see him in number 15, silver and black. So.
Traitor.
You guys were yelling at me about drafting all these Raiders, and Chiefs player was the first one picked.
Well, I mean, again, remember, guys, this is just for fun. This is fantasy land. So Cody obviously doesn't believe in Fernando Mendoza. So make sure you guys are fully aware that he doesn't believe in Fernando Mendoza.
I'm pretty certain that 100% of Raider Nation, if they had their choice between Fernando Mendoza and a Super Bowl champion Patrick Mahomes, they would all choose Patrick Mahomes. I'm almost confident in that.
Well, what if you threw AOC in that? Would they also agree with that?
All right, hold on. Let me redo this. Hold on. And for the sake of the episode, I'm going to take off all the banners so we can see one another. There we go.
Sounds good. Also for audio listeners. So if you are just listening over audio platforms, there is a sheet tracking. We'll be posting it on socials. It'll probably be underneath any of the screen grabs we take from this. So if you want to see the actual draft as it goes, go check us out on YouTube because it'll be live on the screen as well. Now, with the second pick is going to be Austin.
Yeah, give me PS2.
You motherfucker. God,
wow. Not taking the quarterback. Wait, I gotta go down to corner 1. All right, Patrick Surtain is off the board. I can't believe you didn't go the quarterback.
I mean, if it's not Mahomes, this division blows.
Okay.
Whoa.
It's only, we only represent the division on a show here, so, that's good.
Just meant the quarterbacks. If it's not Mahomes, ain't nobody else worth a first-round pick.
Jeez, okay. Well, then I'm going to gladly take Justin Herbert here, and I'm going to get the second best quarterback in the division.
You didn't want to go Bo Nix?
Absolutely not. But I will gladly take Justin Herbert here and have the second most talented thrower of the football in this division. And so last, it'll be Cory.
Yeah, well, he kind of took my first pick, so that kind of throws a wrinkle in all of this. So go ahead and, forget it. Just go ahead and throw Bo Nix on there, I suppose. This isn't very fun.
We're going to have in-draft trades.
Hold on. No one's picking AOC. What happened here?
Hey, I still need to draft a quarterback.
Oh, that's true. You have the back around here.
Also, additionally, for listeners, both visually and audio-wise, we are not doing a snake draft. We are doing a clean draft, so we will go back to Cody, and Cody will have the first pick.
All right. Well, I guess if I'm going to pick another player, I think I need somebody to fortify in the middle on the offensive line. So I'm going to go Creed Humphreys as the center.
Whoa.
Y'all are backing me.
Whoa. It sounds like Cody just wants to be a Chiefs fan.
That's what I'm seeing right now.
Dang, so are we seeing this before our eyes where Austin's turned into a Raiders fan and then Cody's going to be turning into the Chiefs fan? So you guys flip-flopping this season?
I haven't drafted a Raider yet.
Are you going Max Crosby here?
No, I'm going to go with the better edge rusher and go Nick Bonito.
Okay, edge 1, Nick Bonito.
It looks like you're the Denver Bronco guy then.
Yeah, you guys know I like defense. This should be a surprise to nobody who knows me.
He completely botched this. This is not how this was supposed to start at all.
No. I also think I'm about to throw it off more because there is somewhere I should go, but I kind of made the argument that I think he's kind of going downhill. So I'm going to go a different way. And I'm going to draft him as a left tackle. And I'm going to draft Joe Alt. And I'm going to have Joe Alt be my blindside protection.
Well, that's exciting.
Cory, let me guess. Jalen Waddle.
No, I'm going Derwin James.
There we go.
Cory, do you want him in your hybrid spot or do you want to assign him to corner, safety, linebacker?
No, just put him in the hybrid for now.
Okay. I got to type him in. I'll go in and edit it a little later. I'm going to grab
my original plan of this was I was going to have PS2 as my first pick and then Derwin James. And then I was going to go Benito because I was thinking, maybe. But here we are.
Okay. And we go back to Cody. Cody, you're back on the board. Which Chiefs player are you going to draft?
Let me go with Kenneth Walker. No, I'm just kidding.
No take backs. No take backs.
No.
Just hand it in.
No. We're going to go with
Nick Bolton's still on the board.
Right. We're going to go Brock Bowers here at tight end.
Okay. Finally got one. He wasn't going to, but needed to redeem his standing.
By the way, for those in the audience, I thought we were going only offense, and then Austin picks a defensive player.
I literally said in the group text that we're doing it this way because anyone can draft whoever they want because it keeps the drafts normal.
Absolutely.
Who does it? Because that just throws the rounds off because you can't just – that just doesn't make it unique.
Unique New York. Damn. I was actually about to say a third Bronco. I can't do that. I really can't do that. Let's work on defense still. Let me redeem my fandom and go Chris Jones.
Okay, Chris Jones. Do you want him as an edge or as a defensive tackle?
D-tackle.
All right. I had him under D-tackle. I just thought I should ask. I didn't really want to put in the effort to make him an edge, so. But I thought I should ask. Well, that opens the door nicely for me because I'm assuming I'm going to take the player you were thinking, and I'm going to take Zach Allen as my defensive tackle.
Yeah, so who's the idiot that played in this draft order?
You.
All right, well, this is not at all going how I wanted, so let's go ahead and just give me Ashton Genty.
Okay.
Good choice.
All right. So far we've had Mahomes, Herbert, Nix go off the board. We've had Brock Bowers, Creed Humphreys, Nick Benito's, Chris Jones, Joe Alt, Zach Allen, Ashton Genty, Derwin James in PS2. As an update after round number 3. Also, for the record, Austin has not taken an offensive player. And Cody has not taken a defensive player.
Huh.
That makes me think what I want to do at this point.
I mean, you can continue to load up. I mean,
I mean, it's an offensive game, right? I'm going to go with Quinn Myers for right guard.
Okay.
Has one of the best defensive teams just won the Super Bowl.
Okay, Quinn Myers off the board. That puts Austin back up.
Yeah, we should probably get a weapon in Jalen Waddle, huh?
No Rashee Rice?
No.
Is that a pick or a question?
No, it's Waddle.
Oh, okay. All right, so Jalen Waddle is off the board. Man, you guys are going to force me to pick him. I'm going to take Max Crosby.
Dang it. I was hoping nobody else would do that. All right.
So I'll take Max Crosby here, which leads to Cory's pick with what is left.
Yeah. Let's see. Go ahead and give me Hufanga.
Ooh, that's who it was going to be. I said earlier.
We are here.
To be safety.
Yeah. Oh, did I click on the wrong thing? Oh,
yeah, I think you got it. Yep. No, you're good.
Yeah.
Right up top.
Hufanga is off the board, which means we round back to round number 5. Cody still has not taken a defensive player.
Thank you for pointing that out, Ethan. Let's see. Let's go with... I know. So prepared for this.
That's okay. I mean, you can keep picking offense. Don't worry. I put under every position up to 4 guys from every team, so you can pick everyone's backups on defense. That'll be cool.
Hell yeah.
Let's go with Nick Bolton for linebacker.
Whoa. That feels very early, but go ahead.
You do you.
You do you, boo-boo.
All right, we're back up to Austin.
Cool. I'm going to go Noel Williams.
Okay, we're going down to corner 2.
Yep.
So he's got the best corner and the 8th best corner.
Second best corner.
Hell yeah.
Okay. This, man, I can go a lot of ways here. You guys have really left the door open to me. I think I'm going to take Trey Smith.
There you go.
I'm going to put him, do I want him on my left side or my right side? I'm going to put him on my right side because I don't have a right tackle yet. So I'm going to take Trey Smith here.
Smart. Go ahead and divvy me up. Let's go J-Mac at corner 1.
Okay. McMillan right here. All right. So we are rounding back to now round number 6.
Cruising right along, boys.
Cruising right through.
Let's go with let's work on the offensive line again. Let's go with Trey Smith.
He's been drafted.
Wow, that's a
did he?
shot.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a shot.
Wow.
That's our rule in fantasy. You got to take a shot now.
You know what that means? I get to pick your next player.
Do you? Go ahead. That's fun.
Okay. Who should I let you draft? I'm going to make you pick a Charger because you haven't picked one.
As long as it's Tui, that's fine.
Sure. I'll give you Thule. There we go. You can have Thule. All right, Austin, you're up.
Yeah, give me Kenneth Walker.
All right, Kenneth Walker. I don't like how the running back board is falling, so I'm going to take Omarion Hampton here.
It's good because I was getting ready to take him.
Yeah, I felt like the run was there.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me Garrett Bowles.
Garrett Bowles, left tackle. Okay. Do you want him at left or right?
Yes, left.
Left. All right, and we round back to Cody.
Let's go with let's go with J.K. Dobbins.
Okay. J.K. Dobbins. All right, Austin.
So you said Thule was drafted.
Yep.
Just took JK. Oh shit, you went 2D tackles, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also scrolling through. Let me know now as we have more people on the board. Let me know if you want me to like recite any positions or what's been drafted.
No, I forgot. I got to match your sheet. My positions were a little different than yours. Man, you know what? Let's get a little Raider on the board. Give me Tyler Linderbaum.
That was going to be my next pick. Tyler Linderbaum is off the board.
You just overpaid for a center, sir. Just kidding.
You know what? I feel like I'm going to get a lot of value here. And I'm going to switch alt back to the right side, and I'm going to take Rashawn Slater. So I'll put Slater at left tackle, and then I'll take Joe Alt at right. And I'll take the 2 Chargers tackles. And we pass it over to Cory.
Yes. Go ahead and give me... Scroll down to my defense real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me Jonathan Cooper.
Okay. In your edge 1 spot?
Edge 2.
Edge 2. Am I clicking on the right one? I think I am. Jonathan Cooper. All right. And then Cody, you are back up. I think we're in round 8.
Yep.
Damn, we're flying. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take a flyer on this one. Give me Tyquan Thornton.
Wow. In your wide receiver 1 spot?
No, 2.
All right, wide receiver 2. All right, let me go find him. Tyquan Thornton right here. All right. You are up, Austin.
Yeah, I didn't see Tyquan Thornton going. I thought I was going to get him like the last round of this draft. Truth be told. Need to work on defense. Give me George Karlaftis for D. Oh, I guess you don't have any DN, do you?
It'd still be edge.
Yeah, be edge.
Yeah, I just gave it his edge because of outside linebacker. There'd be too many spots if I didn't do it this way. So he would be your second edge, technically. I guess we could theoretically make him a defensive tackle if we wanted.
No.
Or you could put him in your hybrid role.
No, just make him an edge.
Okay. George Karlaftis. All right, now I'm up. What do I want to do here? I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go a little bit off the cuff, and I'm gonna basically just use them as a blitzer, and I'm gonna draft Nakobe Dean.
God damn it!
Damn.
Language.
Whoa.
This is a family show. Sorry.
Shit.
James.
Sorry.
Yeah. That was literally.
Early.
Well then, go ahead and throw up. Guard, edge, D tackle.
Do you want me to
Go ahead
show
and
a certain position?
Yeah, go ahead and give me Peter Woods, my D tackle.
Okay. D tackle right here, Peter Woods. All right, Peter Woods off the board. All right, we
Couple
are
more
back to
picks.
Cody.
All right, let's pick a Raider.
Is this round 9?
Yeah, we got 3 picks. 9, 10, 11.
All right, let's go Quay Walker for my second linebacker spot.
I really thought about that one, but I was kind of just like, nah.
Okay, Quay Walker off the board. All right, Austin, is there any position you want me to show you?
No, just give me Jackson Powers Johnson at right guard.
Damn, solid guy.
JPJ. Which leaves me figuring out what I want to do. And I think I'm going to go a little weird here. I'm going to take Akeem Mesidor. And take Mesidor as my second edge. And then we're on to Cory.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me McGlinchey at right tackle.
McGlinchey at right tackle.
Stay with what I know.
All right, Cody, you got 2 picks left.
All right, let's go with. Let me get another Raider. I'm going to go with Colton Miller.
Left tackle or right tackle?
Left tackle, please.
Colton Miller. I got it. Surprised you didn't want
Ethan's treating this like Madden, where we put like Antoine Winfield at like middle linebacker. And
hey, you have the flexibility as the new coaching staff to do what you'd like with your players.
Do you guys remember the video game NFL Street? That's what that
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan might not. He's a little young.
No, I do know what it is. I've only played it on like the arcade version.
Oh,
but
right.
outside of that, Austin, you're up.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and take Ben Powers at left guard.
Ben Powers at left guard. Me right here. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna take Cortland Sutton.
shit.
There you go.
It's a good pick.
All right.
On to you, Cory.
Yep. Let's go ahead and do Marvin Mims with this one.
Okay. In your
Hopefully.
wide
Yeah, just put
receiver
him
one.
right there. Yeah, wide receiver 1.
Mims. He's right there. Marvin Mims. All right, we're back to Cody.
Let's see. What do I have for defense? I don't think I have very much.
You don't.
We're scoring on your ass all day.
Huh?
We're scoring on that ass all day.
Let me go Jade Barron.
Where do you want him?
Where do you can put him in corner, safety, or hybrid?
Yep.
We'll just do corner.
Smart.
All right, Jade Barron. Right here. All right, Austin.
Yeah, give me Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
I only would have added him to the team for the Taylor Swift tickets, so that's all.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like as an 11th round pick, that's all right.
In fantasy, that'd be a steal.
I think he's supposed to go the 10th round, actually.
Yeah,
I think
which
that's
is
what
wild. He was like the 3rd or 4th tight end in fantasy last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's his ADP. Somebody in the comments let me know if I was right. I feel like I'm getting a steal here, and I'm going to take Lad.
You're the only one who thinks Lad's good.
I'll gladly take Lad McConkey. I mean, dude has his worst season is 850 yards. I mean, I guess he's only had 2 years, but
Yeah, then I'm going to take Mansur Delane. It's my CB2.
CB2. Is that 11 picks?
It is.
All right. Well, we will pause this till next week. This has been our draft where things get a little bit harder because the names continue to go down a little bit. But this has been the first part of our draft. So I'll hand hosting duties back over to Cody.
What did you guys think of your drafting style? Were you guys, what was your guys' thought process when you guys went into it?
Defense.
My strategy went all out the window. I said, and I was thinking about this last night. I was like, I'm going to have this set up perfectly. We're going to be able to do, PS2 first. I didn't think anyone would do this. And then I was going to be able to get Derwin. So it, nope, it went out the window rather quickly. So we'll, again, it is what it is right now, but I like how it's setting up a little bit. I still like my defense.
Sorry, I'm back. I think when I closed the draft, my computer over there.
Oh, yeah, you took your whole self out.
Yeah.
You guys remember the time I was trying to close out the stream and I sent myself out of the studio at the same time?
Look at Mendoza out here getting smoked.
I feel pretty good about my team. There's one player I was thinking about drafting that I would have done my Madden thing and moved them inside.
Yeah.
I actually would have moved Slater inside, and I might do it next round, so I'm not going to tell you the player that I would have put at tackle. You could probably guess who it was, but I didn't know how you guys would feel about me doing that.
It's your team. Do what you got to do.
So I was going into it. I made a big board.
Hell yeah.
I know. Shout out to Ethan for the time he took on the Google Sheets where he had all the players loaded and it was all done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to do all that. Shout out to Ethan.
Big time.
Now it's pre-done. If anyone wants to use it, feel free to reach out to us. I can share you the link to it. If you
with an invoice attached to it, so that way we get some money back on that.
I can put it on Teachers Pay Teachers.
Oh, there you go.
I do want to say real quick, though, we did hit 700 subscribers on YouTube tonight. So I do want to give a big thank you to you that have subscribed to the channel. So we got to keep this going now, because I believe 800 was our goal by week 1. Am I correct, guys? Or was that what we're, or is
I think 750 was the goal, and then
750 was like last month. Yeah, and then we soared right past it. So,
yeah. So again, continue to like this channel, continue to subscribe, continue to get your friends on board, because again, like I said, Ethan's doing his aftershock tomorrow. I'll have the Orange and Blue debrief Saturday. We got preseason football on over here. We're diving in. Training camps are full go. Players continue to drop like flies, and hopefully, it's always the edge of your seat right now. Luckily, I think, for the most part, Chargers didn't go starters tonight, Ethan. I think that's next week.
No, they They rested approximately like 20 of their players. It was really the only starters that played were rookies. That was basically it. And then like all of those offensive linemen that are in competition all played at the same time. It was just Slaughter was playing center. I don't know why I'm forgetting their names. I'm totally blanking on who's currently. I'm so over this like guard thing that I've completely forgotten. Branson Taylor was left guard, and then Awuzie was right guard. Or not Awuzie, Awashika. That's what it is.
And then right now, Fernando Mendoza is 6 for 11. So again, you're going to get a lot of Mendoza time here in preseason. So Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk, solid first drive, 5 of 6. So the Raiders defense got shredded by Jacoby Brissett. So, hey, we're going. So now this is the long part of the season, right? Like preseason always takes quick. We're so ready for football. Go ahead.
I got to cut this, and I think this is the weirdest decision I've ever seen. So Houston is losing by 6 points, right? And they played Davis Mills the first drive. They went down and scored, and then they put in their third string quarterback. It's currently 5 minutes into the third quarter, and they put Davis Mills back in.
I'm probably just rotating backups and.
Yeah, it's preseason. You're going to do, and some coaches want certain situations, right? I know you may see a couple. I heard a couple today that were saying, I don't remember what team it was going to be. I think it may have actually been the Browns, which no one's surprised by this. But obviously, Deshaun Watson starting game 1, Shedeur starts game 2, but he wants both of them to get a 2-minute drill in at some point as well. So you may see them go back in the game and or rotate it each week. So yeah, we're starting to see some unorthodox type stuff in preseason. Certain players you will probably see that with, but obviously the main ones you won't, just because you're risking it. And obviously the Titans playing in San Francisco, that's kind of bold, playing all your starters out there. But yeah, sit back, buckle up, and get ready.
Also, we haven't talked about this. I love Tennessee's new uniforms.
I said that's my brother. I was just like,
those are so nice.
Yeah, they're clean.
They're really clean.
It's something about the red with that blue, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they look great. They looked great coming out of the tunnel today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They pop. I'm like, oh, I see. I don't love the helmet design, but the jersey itself is like immaculate.
Well, another jersey competition or inspired one is the Broncos in Seattle. They're going to have their retro night together. So arguably the two hottest retro jerseys going head to head. And I think those are the top 2 like best retro jerseys in the NFL. I mean, you can maybe make an argument for a couple of other teams. Like the Chargers former powder blues are nice as well, but the Broncos orange and then the Seattle's blue that they have is going to be really interesting on game day. So
yeah, they're going retros for that one, and then they're going retros again, I think, last week of the season against the Chargers. So they put out their whole jersey kind of schedule for the season. So opening up with Kansas City and the Road Whites, obviously. So, and I see Drewski popping in. Long time no see. Drewski, welcome in.
Wait, Drewski, since we're talking about uniforms, what do you think of those copper ones? Because I think those might legitimately be the worst uniforms in sports.
As my son would say, those are cheeks. Those are awful.
I mean, that was my first thought, was their cheeks. There's some bad uniform. Like, I think it goes back to like the color rushes. Like some of those color rush ones were a little too much.
Oh, the like Jaguars mustard is the one I always think about.
Which game was it? Was it the Colts and the Jaguars where there was like a royal blue and it was like that mustard color on the screen at the same time? It looked like human highlighters going at it.
But didn't the Jags, like as their primary ones, had like the helm, like the gold faded into like the black? It just looked all funny and weird and stuff. So yeah. Drewski says he's good on the Nickel City jerseys. So I don't know. I haven't seen many other Buffalo fans say much about it. So we'll see. But
I think Buffalo needs to bring back their retro red helmets. I think those are sick.
Yeah, I like the red and blues.
Yeah,
and then the Chiefs throwback.
Chiefs always have the same.
I know the Raiders don't have a throwback. It's silver and black. It's just depending on what color the numbers are in the jersey that tells you what the retro is of it. Hasn't really changed in 70 years of the team's history. So
yeah, that's I don't know. I like some of the throwbacks and some of the other ones. I'm kind of just like, yeah, they could probably throw those in the vault and not worry too much about them. So let's get into some offseason or preseason awards. start our first. So we did the draft, first part of the draft tonight. We did the first 11 rounds. So make sure you guys go back and watch that to see. We'll do the rest next week. Now we're going to do the first part of the preseason awards. These will be our predictions, and then we'll do the next half after the draft next week. This is our league recon segment here tonight. So, boys, we're going to first start with Offensive Rookie of the Year. Austin, start us off.
Yeah, I had Jordan Tyson here, but I'm seeing he's already battling a little bit of injury, so I had to change it just in case those injury concerns follow him. I didn't like a whole lot of rookies in this class, and I just don't know offensive rookies, and I just don't know how much Mendoza plays to feel comfortable picking a quarterback. So I'm going to go with my favorite offensive player in this draft just because, and I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq. I mean, they're going to have to be throwing a lot. They're not a very good team. And I think he probably steps in as already like the second favorite pass option there behind Garrett Wilson. So I think volume's going to be there for him to post a nice season.
That makes me think they posted a video. Someone posted a video. Sorry, I'd give credit. I got to start paying attention to who posts this, but it says Geno's finally airing it out in New York as it throws like a pick six to the Buccaneers player.
Yeah.
Also, wait, on the back of that, there have been this like last couple of days has been like the death of some teams' quarterbacks. Like that Jalen Hurts throw that the Eagles posted of him just like being in clean pocket, throwing it to the other team. And then
you got to start showing better stuff on your social media team, boys.
Well, and then the Browns ones of like them, like legitimately, like the ball is spinning the wrong direction. And it's just like going in the air. I'm like, what are we doing? Who's posting these?
Yeah, the Eagles think they're doing right by it because it's, I think it was Quinyon Mitchell had the interception on that. And it's like, hey, Q doing what Q does. And everyone's like, but who threw that?
Right.
It's like, well, kind of the same thing with the Jets. Like, yes, we know Geno's airing it out to the other team. So, Cody, give us your Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, so to kind of repeat, Austin, I don't know how much Fernando Mendoza is going to play in order for him to get Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I know like during the Hall of Fame game, Carson Beck had a decent showing that preseason game. If he's the starter or not, doesn't matter. I don't think he'll get it either. And I think the only player that comes to mind that is probably a shoo-in for Offensive Rookie of the Year would be Jeremiah Love of the Cardinals. I think force-feeding him the ball. He played pretty well in a couple of snaps that he played against my Raiders right now as they're playing preseason. Granted, it's preseason, but you can tell he's like one of the best athletes on the field. And especially with how inept that offense is with either Carson Becker or Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, Brisket. I think Jeremiah Love is probably a shoo-in for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That would be wild if Carson Beck kind of came out of nowhere, huh?
But I would love that. Brissett holding them hostage, gets paid, and Beck wins the job.
So the only reason he's not playing tonight is because he got a hurt rib. Both those quarterbacks took some bumps last week. That was actually turned out to be a pretty good game. So Haynes King obviously got hurt as well. Beck out now. So we have Cody going with Jeremiah Love. Ethan, give us your wild take here.
I actually don't have a wild take. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I really was like, I'm going to pick Mendoza. But I was like, you know what? I can't keep on the bandwagon of like, I'm the Mendoza's going to start forever. But I'm going to do it. I'm picking Fernando. I talked myself into it. I'm picking Fernando Mendoza.
Stand on business.
I was going to pick Tate. Right. But you know what? I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to be the Mendoza guy. I'll pick Mendoza to be Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I had mine down to two guys. Tate was one of them, but I also think Jeremiah Love. I think he was the best offensive player in this draft.
I just hate the Cardinals.
I do hate the Cardinals too, and part of me does think that they won't run him into the ground because they know they're in a rebuild. But part of me is just like he's going to be getting the ball PPR. Right. Well, the PPR is not it's irrelevant in that, but I think he'll be the
receiving threat.
He'll be the receiving threat as well. He'll be the red zone guy. I know Algier's up there, James Conner's there, so that may take a little bit out of it. But sign me up for Jeremiah Love as the Rookie of the Year. I don't think I hate that Mendoza pick though. I think that especially if he starts like week 4 or 5, that still gives him plenty of time to, make some noise. I mean, all else fails, he comes out, looks like shit, and then the Raiders are kind of like, do we give up on him? Do we go in next season with it? So, I mean, yeah, stand on what you want. And I mean, that's not that crazy of a pick to me.
Can I go wild take on this one? Because
go ahead.
I mean, I was really high on him going into the draft, and I was nowhere near as high on him as where he got drafted, which is wild to me because he was supposed to be like a 4th or 5th round pick. Just out of necessity and how it goes for this team, I still think Deshaun Stribling, just out of how 49ers receivers are dropping, and they drafted him, like 33rd or 34th?
He was 33rd.
Overall.
He was the first pick of the second round.
Yeah. So I think just with how Niners luck is and how the couple receivers in front of him, I think Pearsall's already rolled out for the year, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Mike Evans is already battling some, stuff going on, and Debo already and all that. So
Mitch Trubisky.
I think there's a chance for Stribling. I think it's anyone's ball game with no quarterbacks taking the lead for this. Unless Mendoza comes in early. I think if Mendoza just plays like a majority, like 2/3 of the season, I think it's just his.
I would agree.
Honestly.
And my wild one's Jonah Coleman.
That is wild.
Here's the thing about Fernando Mendoza. I don't think he's a shoo-in for Rookie of the Year, even if he plays 2/3, because if he is like I wouldn't even say average. If he's like having a rookie struggle year, like Peyton Manning-esque when he was a rookie, he's not going to win Rookie of the Year. Like Rookie of the Year, the last handful of seasons have been going to rookies that are actually productive, that are making it. Huh?
Sorry, Drewskis. Omar Cooper is a good pick.
That is.
Yeah, that's not bad. But anyways,
he's got hands.
Yeah, I just don't think Mendoza, if he starts like, let's say week 5, week 6, Mendoza is going to have to play well enough to where the Raiders are like a 500 team with him in the starting lineup for him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you get a volume skill player like a receiver or a running back, I think is more likely to get Offensive Rookie of the Year just because they're going to be more.
You're going worst case scenario, though. I'm even going just like, if he comes in, I don't think wins and losses will matter for Offensive Rookie. I think as long as he doesn't come out and just have like, in 12 games, he doesn't just have like 8 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. If he comes out, has like 16 to 20 touchdowns and only like 8 to 10 picks, I think it's a shoe-in. Like, as long as he doesn't come out and literally double the interceptions to touchdowns. Because it's going to be a quarterback. If there's one that's semi-worthy.
I just think that this would be the year that it's not a quarterback just because it's not a deep quarterback draft. Like Mendoza and Beck are the only 2 that come to mind that were out of this draft. And
Ty Simpson.
Okay, great. I don't even think Mendoza is going to start for a majority of the year, of course. I think Kirk Cousins is I wouldn't be surprised if Kirk Cousins starts more than half the year. So that's my thoughts on it. That's why.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Ethan?
Well, the one thing I was going to say is you said it's not a deep quarterback class, but it's also not really a deep, like, offensive rookie, like, outside of the trenches. Like, Cardell Tate, like, probably would have been, like, the 5th receiver off the board in the year prior's draft class or the one looking forward. So, and, like, Jeremiah Love's a good prospect, but it's not, like, Ashton Genty levels. I mean, I think there would have been a conversation for people between Amarian Hampton and Jeremiah Love if you were just talking apples to like the year before's draft was way more loaded than this one. That's why that's
what we kept saying going into that draft is there's a lot of talent. There's just not a lot of elite talent.
Yeah. Right. And it could end up being I was about to describe Cyrus Allen. I was going to say it could end up being some receiver in the 5th round.
Yeah.
That's how this draft is. So
it's hard for receivers to win.
It really is.
The awards, though, that's what I'm like. The thing is, of like, you can sit there and been like, oh, yeah, like Mendoza isn't going to be great, but that's who they want to give the awards to.
Yes.
That's who the writers want to give the award to. Like, they're going to do whatever they can to put him by his name because the NFL makes money off him if he gets to put that by his career. I mean, I'm about to use a horrible example for myself, but I will. Think about how much like leverage Justin Herbert has because he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like, because he started in that top 5 right out of the gate, everyone is just looking for an excuse to justify him as so. And that's what they're going to try to do with Mendoza as well.
Yeah.
Or even Beck or Simpson, whatever. If there's a rookie quarterback that plays enough, it's unfortunate. We talked about it with the MVP award. If there's a way to justify an award going to a quarterback, it's going to.
Yeah.
Ethan, give us your defensive rookie of the year.
Well,
all right. I'm between two players, and I think I'm going to be the homer here, and I'm going to pick him. But since I did the Mendoza thing, I'm going to go the opposite direction because I wasn't originally going to do Mendoza, and I decided to hang on my priors. Okay. I'm going to take Ruben Bain. I think Ruben Bain is he was underdrafted because of the short arms, which I understand if you're in NFL. I just think the division he plays in, the offensive lines aren't that good, and he plays on a team that isn't that talented. And so he's going to be the main guy, which is funny because the argument for Mesidor that I would have made was Mesidor has so many other guys around him that he'll be able to get the numbers in the cleanup sacks because Thule, Mack, and their defensive tackles are going to do all the hard work. And so I think when they look at it, Mesidor might end up having like a lot of numbers. But I just think Ruben Bain is a very, very talented player. So I'm going to go with Bain here.
Cody.
This is tough. There's a couple players that I'm mauling with. Like Mesidor is one that comes to mind. Baines. I mean, it could be a bunch of different ones. If I had to pick, though, dude,
Mike McDaniel's a genius. The play he just called. Sorry. The Chargers almost just scored like a 60-yard touchdown off a running back screen.
Man, this is okay. I'm really still stuck on this one. So, rookie of the year for the defensive side. Gosh. It's got to be someone that's going to be a game wrecker for a team that's probably not very good. And I don't know why, but I think was it Sonny Styles that got drafted by the Commanders at linebacker? He's someone to me that pops off just because they don't have a lot going on. And I feel like he's obviously their Mike linebacker that they're replacing with Bobby Wagner that I can see having a pretty pivotal role within that defense. So if I had to pick one, I think Styles from the Commanders.
Austin?
Yeah. If I was going to have a conversation with our guest last night, Joe Madden, it would have been Caleb Downs. But that's not the conversation. I am 100% going to be a homer, and I'm going Peter Woods. It's not a sexy position, but he's looked explosive. He shouldn't be facing triple teams at the highest rate in the nation like he did at Clemson last year. Playing alongside Chris Jones, who's going to take up most of the double teams. I think Peter Woods is going to be able to have an impact. And I think in the end, his numbers are actually going to look okay. So I'm going to go homer route with Peter Woods.
Nah, this should have been unanimous Caleb Downs. He's the best player in the draft. He's going to be that hybrid. He's going to be linebacker, corner. He was getting all up in CeeDee Lamb's butt the other day,
Gross.
Being physical. They're going to move him all over the field. Christian Parker's going to be smart with it. I was going to go David Bailey, too. I really like David Bailey. I just don't know what Aaron Glenn was going to have planned for him with the Jets. So I think maybe position, like team he was drafted to, that may have played a part. Now, if Robert Saleh would have got his hands on him, which I thought he might have, that would have been a whole different story. But, yeah, it's Caleb Downs for me. I spent the whole offseason pre-draft talking this guy up. So knowing him, he's going to let me down. And Cowboys will be what Cowboys are, and here we go. But it's Caleb Downs for me.
He's going to be an all-pro.
I think so, too.
Barring injuries, he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. But I wanted to go homer on a pick, so.
I mean, I understand it. It's, again, I guess it's like my argument with quarterback. Like, they love to give guys who have stats, and edge rushers have stats and the sexy stats. And so, like, that's why I always lean towards like an edge is going to win. Cause also like an edge winning is like, they only have to have like 12 sacks. Like it's not the same as like a defensive player of the year. And so I get the argument for Caleb Downs. It's just like, what stat unless if he has a bunch of picks or sacks.
And that's the only I think he might get up there. I think he could be a 5-sack guy, especially if they put him down at box safety, linebacker spot, maybe, which I could see them possibly doing. Without knowing Christian Parker's his own scheme, without knowing exactly, I think I would lean more towards he might get it just based on the picks. I think I think the Cowboys edge rushers are going to be improved. That D line is going to be improved, where you may get the quarterback throwing into, making tough decisions, and he may be able to play that center field role. Are they going to put him as punt returner? He did that really well at Ohio State as well. So, yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from. And that's why I also thought David Bailey, edge rusher. So we were all thinking the same thing with the edge rushers. So,
well, I think the bad thing for Downs is he may not have one stat that sticks out, but he may have just a bunch of stats.
Yeah, that's why I think he might win an All-Pro. But then when it comes to the writers picking, like, who they're going to pick whoever has like 12 sacks.
But this is also a Cowboys player, which they would love to do.
Oh, that is, I didn't consider that. That actually, like, that is a legitimate argument. Like,
so like if he performs well, So I think defensive rookie is way more wide open. I think this draft actually did have some candidates for defense.
Yeah,
better or more than offense did. It's so limited with offense, but I think there's some dudes coming out of this draft defensively, especially as rookies.
Austin, start us off with your comeback player of the year.
Yeah, buddies, it's gonna be Mahomes. Like, as long as he plays like 14 or 15 games, doesn't miss more than like week 1 or 2, which I don't think he's going to miss, but you still just never know. But I mean, kind of what Ethan said earlier, like sometimes they just want to give the awards to certain people if they can. And so if Mahomes comes out and just plays all right, last year, you got to think through week 8 or 9, he was in the MVP discussions. So it's not like he was dog crap last year either. So, I mean, if he comes back, plays, and has an all right season, like they're going to write it into Mahomes.
Ethan?
So I also think it's going to be Mahomes, but I'm going to say who I think should win. I think Mahomes will win. I think Tank Dell, if he actually plays, should win the award. Just in the same way like DeMar Hamlin should have won 2 years ago, and then they gave it to Joe Flacco for some reason. It should be Tank Dell. Like, Tank Dell realistically probably shouldn't like be able to play another snap. And the fact that he's actually back running routes and in practice, I think he deserves to win the award. They're gonna give it to Mahomes though.
I love Tank Dell. I wouldn't even be sad if he won it. Like, that injury was great. It happened against the Chiefs. He's a receiver. I actually wanted the Chiefs to draft when he was coming out. Like, I was a big Tank Dell guy, and I'm with you. Like, the fact that he's even running around right now, like even in training camp and stuff, is miraculous. So if he plays in the there's a legitimate argument it should be Tank Dell. So I love that pick.
Cody.
Yeah, it's Tank Dell. I mean, I get it. Like, Mahomes will probably win it. I think the perception of like Mahomes winning is like, it's not like he got injured week 1. He got injured, what was it, week 13 or 14? And so he played a large chunk of the season. Tank Dell's been out for 2+ years. So in my opinion, as soon as Tank Dell takes a snap in however many games that is, he deserves to win comeback player of the year, because literally that's the epitome of that award. And no offense to Mahomes, and I imagine he probably will win it because it's Mahomes and he's the quarterback and all this and that. But it needs to be Tank Dell, like, flat out.
Or Bo Nix.
Yeah, you're not going to hear me say anything Patrick Mahomes worthy on that. So I'm going to put a dark horse in here and give me Kyler Murray with Kevin O'Connell. He's looked like dog shit. Both quarterbacks look like dog shit in training camp. But we'll see what happens when the regular season starts, because I still think.
Do we then nominate J.J. McCarthy next year for comeback player of the year? Because he's probably going to be on a new team.
Yeah, he might be on a new team by then. We'll see how that kind of plays out. Let's see if Kyler has a revival season, if they Sam Darnold him and he goes somewhere else. So we'll see how that goes. But
I do want to throw this out there in case it happens. I do think a legitimate dark horse would be Aaron Donald.
I don't know about that.
I mean, that would technically be comeback, but
he hasn't played in 2 or 3 years. So he's literally coming back from, like, again, he's worked out harder than most NFL players probably have during his retirement. like coming off the couch after a couple years, and if he kind of does well, like, and if the Rams have success.
I mean, they tried to give Phillip Rivers the award last year. Like, to be fair,
that's impressive.
I mean, what he was able to do, what he was able to do in a couple games. I mean, he earned it.
Yeah,
he at least had a legit argument. I mean, yeah, people would have been pissed off. Oh, we can just come back and play 2 games and we can be up for it. Well, do what he did.
The world rallied around Phillip Rivers at a time we needed somebody.
The fact that he got off the couch after coaching high school and almost beat the 49ers, I think is like, I think this kind of goes to how good Phillip Rivers was. And even at the age that he was, he's still more productive than majority of the quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, IQ is always going to stay there. IQ, your QB IQ is always going to be there. He was always a high IQ guy. And yeah, I don't know what the hell is preseason, obviously, watching these games. I do want to point out Kyle Shanahan's stash is absolutely 10 out of 10. That is just, it's weird. It's really weird to see him with that, but it is fantastic. So 49ers
he stepped out.
Don't look good. But let's round this out. So Ethan, give me your coach of the year.
I guess this is also a Pryor's pick, and I don't know if I'm like really like fully in belief of this, but I was trying to think of like what coach, because a lot of times they don't give it to like the veteran coach. Like realistically, like Kyle Shanahan probably should have won the award last year, but because of his pedigree, they don't give it to him. Or Andy Reid for years. Like I was thinking, like I'm like if the Chargers won the AFC West, like Jim Harbaugh maybe, but like Sean Payton didn't win it last year when Denver won the AFC West, so I don't think that would even be a conversation. So I went in new coaches, and I just went, which one do I know, and which one do I think could legitimately turn their team around? So I went with Jesse Minter. I think Jesse Minter could win Coach of the Year because of the Lamar Jackson thing. Lamar Jackson is another guy that writers love to push, and so I think if they can push the Ravens, they will. And Jesse Minter is a fan favorite around the league. He's close to Jim Harbaugh. He's a Michigan guy as well, which is important to a lot of them. So I went with Jesse Minter.
Austin?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to go with the team that I picked to win that division that nobody else is picking and go Robert Saleh. I've always loved Robert Saleh. He actually just got his OC wrong with the Jets. He had that defense legit. Even with all the crappy offenses he had, that team was still semi-competitive because of that defense. I think he got his OC pick right in Tennessee. Outside of the Texans defense, not even their team, just their defense, I'm not a fan of that division. So I think that's a division that can be won just because I don't think a lot of separation is going to be created. And it would go to a guy like that taking, a terrible Titans team and turning him around. So I'm going to go Robert Saleh in year 1 with the Titans.
Cody?
I'm going to do a cop-out. I'm going to give 2. So one of them is going to, I think, Jesse Minter as well. I think with the Ravens team, I don't want to say it's Jesse Minter's award to lose, but he's the clear favorite, I think, with the team and how he is. I think he's got an incredible shot at winning it. Second one, this is more of a dark horse. I think Kellen Moore with the Saints could be Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I'm going Homer. It's got to be Sean Payton at some point, right? Like
no one likes Sean. No, he's not getting the award.
And no, you bring up a good point because I was going to say the same thing. Like how he does with like local media compared to like the national media. To just obviously we know him and Goodell and the commissioner, they don't get along very well.
Same.
But hey, I mean, if they didn't give it to him when he went 14-3 and won the AFC West and made it to an AFC Championship game, maybe never. But I'm still going to go with that. But if I had to pick a new coach, I'm going to put Clint Kubiak up there as well. Let's see what he can do. I like Jesse Minter. Obviously, I was calling for him to get a head coaching job well before he did. So what he was able to do at Michigan, then followed it up. So he would obviously be a pretty good candidate as that. But I'm going to stick with my team. I'm going to go with Sean Payton for the Coach of the Year on that one.
I think another dark horse, just given the team he's coaching, is Schottenheimer.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if they have success,
I'm curious. Does everyone have a different answer? If it was who in like your Coach of the Year is, like not what you think the media will pick, but like
Yes.
Just in general, like all the scope of what goes into a team from a coaching aspect, does your coach of the year look different? And if so, who would that be?
Well, see, mine would have to play out in the season because, like, last year, I wouldn't have necessarily given it to the coach of, like, the best team.
Mm-hmm.
I would have given it to who I thought did the best given the circumstances, which would have been Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Like, he did what I thought was the best coaching job with backups. So I think to give who I think it would be, the season would have to play out for me to actually give my non-writer's opinion on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would keep mine the same.
Who
What about
won
you,
it
Ethan?
last year?
Mike
Vrabel.
It
Was it Vrabel? I thought it was John.
Vrabel.
Yeah, that's crazy that, like, even maybe I'm just thinking wrong. I don't know. Coach of the year is so hard because, like, you could have made a
It
legitimate
is.
argument for a lot of guys.
Liam
Because like
Cohen,
Liam Cohen's a big one, but
Johnson.
like even Mike McDonald, like I'm kind of
Mhm.
surprised. That's why I was this whole time I was going in thinking he won the award, and I just kind
might
of
have.
forgot.
Nope. I mean, you had like Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, Kyle Shanahan. Like there was a list last year, and it went to Vrabel.
I think what D'Amico Ryan's doing in Houston with his defense and how he coaches that team, keeps them competitive, I think is very, very like coach of the year worthy. I
But
think
his
they're
quarterback
always.
will keep him from getting it.
I think his
But-
quarterback's going to get him fired.
They're always in the playoffs though.
At some point, that's not enough. Ethan, is making the playoffs and doing nothing after that enough, or would you like more?
No, I mean I've said this on the show before, and it's like as a Charger fan, this is like the least excited I've ever been for a season because like the regular season like literally doesn't matter for me. It's just like if they make the playoffs, can they win? Like that's all this season is about. There's like nothing else to it. It's just like I mean I don't even know what else to say. Like
But
I mean-
it's kind of why Harbaugh's time ended in Baltimore.
yeah, I mean at some
But-
point like teams have to make changes like. And at some point, if you're a smart organization, if you have to see the writing on the wall, like, I mean, the Bengals, and this is a rant from the mid 2000s, they kept Marvin Lewis and he went 0-8 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, they gave him 8 opportunities.
Mhm.
Like, I hate to be like, at some point you have to move on. And this is a historical Charger argument, like the Marty Schottenheimer thing. Yeah, he
Yep.
went 14-2. And they lost in the first round, and everyone's like, oh, why'd they fire him? I mean, he disagreed with the general manager, so there's that. And then second off, they didn't win. Like, yeah, you went 12, but you had, I'm going to say it, like one of the best rosters of all time. They had Antonio Gates, a top 5 tight end of all time, Phillip Rivers at the time. I mean, again, one of the smartest quarterbacks to ever play the game. And they had LaDainian Tomlinson, literally like one of the greatest players to ever play the game, on top of everyone else on those teams. Like, I mean, Drew Brees was the other quarterback. Like, I hate to be like, yeah, my argument with the playoffs is like, so, and I've said it before, like if Justin Herbert loses again, like you have to have a legitimate conversation. I don't think the conversation's with Harbaugh. I think the conversation's with Herbert, which is a lot of people disagree with that because
we had
we
We
did
had
have
this-
this discussion with Lamar.
about like,
And
do you keep Harbaugh or do you keep Jackson? And
My argument's going to be the same. You're going to keep your quarterback.
yeah, I mean you have to. It's there's way more implications unless if you can get like a huge draft haul. But you're basically resetting. Like
Yeah.
it's tough to get a new guy, like a new coach. Like you can get an average coach fairly quickly, and then you can fire them after a year if they don't work.
Yeah.
Cody can tell you all about that.
I was
Well,
going
I
to say,
think it's-
you can't see the writing on the wall if you don't just get rid of the problem before the writing starts, you know?
Well, and I think Cory maybe mentioned this precursor of, if they don't win a playoff game, is this the reason they brought in McDaniel?
Yeah, I've floated with that. The problem is of like I have a really tough time with how much they invested in Jim Harbaugh and like
Yeah.
how bad legitimately the roster was 2 years ago. Like a lot of people forget the Chargers were $60 million over the cap with a
Yep.
terrible roster. And Joe Ortiz turned it around basically with 2 picks of Joe Alt and Ladd McConkey. And Jim Harbaugh was able to take, like, it's like the Iron Man box of scraps kind of thing. And, like, get them 11 wins. Like, this is my thing. Like, I understand that people have problems with the Chargers, like, when they get in the postseason and all that. Those are totally fair. My issue is, like, all these people that are like, they're going to win 6 games. And I'm like, what evidence do you have of that? Jim Harbaugh has won 11 games both years with much worse rosters than they currently have. Like, if you're going to say, like, oh, they might win 9 and just miss the playoffs, sure, we can have that conversation. But when people are like, they're going to have a losing record and Harbaugh is going to get fired and all this stuff, I'm like, that would take, like,
you guys are going to be the Raiders.
Yeah, like,
disrespect them that much, and I can
very much see if the Chargers only get 10 wins, miss the playoffs. It's either going to be a call for Herbert or Harbaugh to go. Like, they're going to be that pissed because they loaded up on the offensive coordinator. Harbaugh's the guy. You have Herbert. There's no excuse now. And if they go 10 wins, no wild card out of it, like they missed the playoffs for whatever reason, like it's going to be. I'm curious what it's going to look like over there in Chargers fandom, what they're going to want.
So given this conversation, do we think Coach of the Year is the hardest one to predict out of the 4 we did tonight?
I think if we're going to talk about like what we think the media will do, no, because you can guess what they'll do based on history. But if we were to give like who our opinion is, like no media, then yeah, it's very hard to determine because like your criteria for Coach of the Year is different than mine and Cory's to Ethan's. So it's like we may have 4 different Coach of the Years because of 4 different criteria. But if we're going to base off of the media, then like we can probably guess. Like I could have easily guessed Clint Kubiak just because it's the Raiders. If he wins them 7 games, he'll probably get the award just because he would have tripled almost the win total.
I don't think so.
Well, hold on.
A little more than 7.
Yes,
no. Hold on. I'm just saying, like, in terms of the storyline, like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that is deserving it. I'm just saying of storyline and how the writers work. That's what they would do. Like, imagine if Clint Kubiak was on the Jets, and again, they only won however many games, 2 or 3, I think, and he gets them 7 wins, let's say. Fresh off a rookie coach, I think then he's in the conversation just because, like, hey, it's the Jets. I think
he better hope Jesse Minter doesn't win like 10 or 11 games, like I think the Baltimore Ravens could do, right? Because then I think if he gets Baltimore back to the postseason and they possibly win that division, because that division is still obviously up for grabs, I think he would be the unanimous.
You guys talked me into. Can I change my answer? And it's someone we haven't talked about.
Go ahead.
And it's funny. It was Cody talking, but for like all the opposite reasons of what he was saying. And it's me guessing what the writers are going to do. Because of it's a relatively weak division, and I don't believe in the Eagles. I could see John Harbaugh, if they snuck into like the last wild card spot.
Oh, absolutely.
He's already a favorite of like media teams. People love to cling on to like Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo, and it's New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they like get the 7th seed, like I could see there being a huge rally of like it's going to be John Harbaugh.
Absolutely.
Because Minter, like, this is why when you were talking about Minter, I'm like, yeah, but they might say it's all Lamar Jackson, and they like that's the thing with him.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
They're a great team. You can't make any arguments for this Giants team. Like, what are you going to say? Like Jackson Dart is like at best he's. Of
Matt Nagy's holding them back.
Yeah, I mean he's got Greg Roman on that staff. Like that's what we're
Matt Nagy,
right?
Yeah, Matt Nagy. Okay.
I don't know.
That is actually a good call. I don't think the Giants do, but he is one that absolutely. If he's, I don't even think 10 wins and like a 7 seed. I think if he gets them to like 9 wins, goes like 9 and 8, and is in like playoff contention late in the season, strictly because it's New York. Because I'm with you. Like I think Jesse Minter is the easy choice, just given the success that we think the Ravens will have.
Or Sean McVay.
Well, he's not a new coach.
But you can even look like Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh.
I don't. Yeah.
Zach Taylor.
Yeah, you could just talk yourself into so many guys because you could be like Todd Monken if like the Browns win like 8 games.
What if the Falcons win their easy division though?
Kevin Stefanski.
That's
the thing, though.
He was a coach of the year one time in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You could make an argument for a lot of guys. And the thing is, if you almost have to rule out the guys you already know are good coaches because they're going to automatically not give them the award. Because they're
that's 75% of our division.
I was getting ready to say that's three of our
three
teams
out of the four
right there,
teams.
So yeah,
and to be honest, you could probably rule out all four because Kubiak, like if they sneak into the 7th seed, maybe. But
Jesus.
I still think like
one of us is going to be crying if the Raiders sneak into the playoffs and we're
swear to
sitting
God,
at
if
home.
we get in the wild card, I'm crying tears of joy on the show. Swear to God.
I don't know.
No crash out. I'll just be very emotional.
I don't even think he would win the award though, even if they got like. I hate to be that way. Like I don't even think he'd win the award if they.
It's Vegas though. It's Vegas.
I know, but
if Kubiak can coach the Raiders and get them into a wild card,
he's in the discussion.
Coach of the year.
I think he's in the discussion.
I just don't think he wins the award because they don't seem to pick those young. They love the like rehash coaches who like go to like new teams. Like that's who they love to give. Like Kevin Stefanski's a great one, or John Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. They just gave it to Mike Vrabel over the young flashy coaches who really turn their teams around.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald. Like Mike McDonald didn't win the award, and they were the first seed in the NFC.
Did I pick him last year?
No, you picked him his first year.
2 years ago. I was a year early. Yeah. I was about to.
And he has all the stuff I gave to Minter. Like he's also a Harbaugh guy. He's also a Michigan guy. Mm-hmm. He's from the Ravens. Like all of those storylines for Minter are exactly the same. And the more that I've talked, the more I'm like, I think it's going to be like one of these rehash, like Kevin Stefanski, John Harbaugh.
It's going to be one we're not expecting. One that none of us named. It's going to come out of it's like Greg Canales.
We'll do an update mid-season.
Yeah,
we'll do a mid-season award. We'll come back and we'll think of, what did we say preseason? How's mid-season looking? And then obviously we'll get into it at the end of the season. So, but I do want to wrap this up tonight. It's been fun. This was a lot of fun. Good discussions. We had the first 11 picks of our draft tonight. So make sure you guys go look back through those. We will do the rest next week, along with the preseason awards we did. Kind of, the rookies and the coach and the comeback. Next week will be MVP, offense, defensive player of the year. And we will finish out our draft. Then I believe, Austin, we have a guest next week as well.
We do. Next Tuesday, I believe, is the 18th. We're having former Titan All-Pro safety Michael Griffin, Longhorn legend. I think that makes 3 Longhorn legends we've had on now with Quentin Jammer, Derek Johnson, and then Michael Griffin on Tuesday. So make sure you like, subscribe. That way you get notified when we go live with Michael Griffin. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Going to hear some stories from his point of view. Maybe have him break down a little analytical, like from his point of view type breakdown of plays, see what we can come up with. But yeah, next Tuesday, Michael Griffin will be joining us here in the War Room.
Yes. And I see my mom's obviously an Oklahoma fan, so we'll make sure we get a good horns up for Michael next week on that. Don't forget to tune into Ethan's Aftershock tomorrow for 4:30, I believe he said.
Yeah, so, we might push it back a little bit, but we'll see. It'll probably be 4:30.
Make sure you guys follow subscribe to the channel so you can see when they go live there. I'll be live Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central. So Cody, take us home.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to West War Room Rivals. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as you guys are watching here. If you guys are on X, follow us and subscribe to from there as well. Shout out to Jeff with JBW Solutions for the main sponsor. We're recording out of the JBW Solutions studios. Troy, my fellow Raider at Field Ops, shout out to you for being day one supporter, and Angie and her team at Emporia State Federal Credit Union, the War Room's banking of choice. So yeah, next week, Michael Griffin, and then we have obviously our round 2 for our AFC West draft. And again, comment below who you think won round 1, or the first part, I should say. And then, obviously who reached, who got a steal. Let us know your comments down below. But preseason football is back, you guys. We have a lot to talk about next week. So we will see you guys then. So, yeah.
See you.